Okay, so you're ready to go. You're ready to do the fun part, which is to actually tour and go look at the house. Now, you've done your research, you have your pre-approval, you've done your budget because you know that a pre-approval doesn't include the utility and the maintenance. You have your lender, your interest rate's locked in. My name's George Kindler, and let's talk about a process or a system that's going to save you time and money when you go look at homes. And more importantly, I think it's going to save you a little bit of the heartache and the frustration of missing out on the right house. Now, I'm going to commit realtor heresy, and they're going to excommunicate me from the realtor church, but I think that Zillow, Realtor.com, Trulia, that's a great place to start if you want to get an idea of what you can buy based upon your criteria and that location you're looking in. So you're going to ask, okay, well, how many beds, how much square footage, is my family growing in the next 2 to 3 years? Do I need a garage, a detached garage, attached garage, basement, finished, unfinished? Once you figure out, and you have to be honest with yourself, once you figure out exactly what you're looking for, then you plug it into Realtor, Zillow, and you're going to decide, okay, well, here's how much I can get based upon these criterias. How much of my needs and wants list that I can actually get in these locations. Now, I think that Zillow and the other apps, great place to start, okay? If you don't have a deadline and you're okay with finding out that a couple houses here and there aren't available, then that's an okay place to start. If you're on a deadline and you have to move in a certain period of time, what I suggest is getting on a real-time IDX website that is syndicated and it's updated in real time. That way you don't miss out on the right house by looking at some of these other homes that really aren't available and chasing these homes, and you've wasted time looking at them. So you can get on our website, which is the newcastlegroup.com, and if you have a realtor, I'm sure they have an IDX website, and if they don't, you're more than welcome to use ours. Okay, so once you plug in your criteria, you're going to get a list of 30 or 40 homes. Now, you don't want to go look at all 30 or 40 homes. It's too much, you'll get burned out, and you possibly will miss out on the right house. What I suggest is that you go through all the homes online and figure out which ones you actually want to tour. So look at the pictures, look at the comments, and figure out, okay, is this a house that I want to tour? And typically what happens, you'll probably cut out about 50% of that. So you'll have about 15 or 20 homes that you actually want to go tour. The next thing you want to do is go drive by them. Go drive by all 15 or 20. It should only take you a little bit of time. And what I suggest also is make sure you're looking in your favorite place, or your top 2 to 3 favorite places. That way you're not all over the map. The reason I say that you want to drive by the homes that you want to tour before you actually tour them is that there's 3 things you can't change. 1 is the location, 2 is the style or the house's presence, or also known as the curb appeal, and 3 is the floor plan. Those 3 things you can't change. For me, location, if you don't like the location, you don't like it the day that you go and look at the house, you're never going to like it. So that for me is a deal breaker, and really it should be a deal breaker for you too. Now, after you drive by, you decide, okay, I like the location of this house. I like the location relative to where it's at in this particular neighborhood, and I like the style or the curb appeal. And I'm not talking about the landscape or the paint or whatever. I'm talking about the actual presence, the architecture of the house. What does it feel like when you pull up? Then you'll want to tour. And what you're doing in your tour is confirming the condition and the floor plan. You want to make sure you have a good floor plan, a good flowing floor plan, because anything that you don't like, the next buyer, when you go to resell this house, whether it's in 5, 10, 15, or even 20 or 30 years from now, whatever you don't like, most likely your buyer is not going to like it, and it'll affect your overall resale value. So the goal here is to help you really narrow down on looking at houses versus looking at every home that's available within your search criteria, because what could happen is that you're looking at 5 or 6 homes on your first day and you get burned out, and then the right house will come available and you'll miss it. So I definitely don't want that to happen for you, and I know that you would probably be pretty frustrated. So that's the whole idea. Now, of course, it doesn't always happen like that, and it depends on how specific your criteria is and what your time frame is. Not everyone has to be out of a rental in 3 or 4 months and has to close by that period of time. Like I said before, my goal is to help as many first-time and repeat buyers as I can, either one-on-one or through video. So if you have a real estate question, feel free to give me a call. My number is 314-435-1087. If you like the video, you find it informative, you like saving time, money, and frustration, give it a like, give it a share, and I hope you have an awesome day. Thank you so much.